What's inside the mystery box? What's a Jared here? Today with the weekly star review of Monday Night Raw. They kicked off the show with the Usos starting off the show, coming out yeeting and everything, and then they were rudely interrupted by the Vision. Logan Paul was bragging about how the crowd and everybody will never, ever make the money he just made by selling his Pokemon card for over $16 million, which was absolutely insane. And the Vision pretty much just interrupting, talking about how they're dominating. And then Paul Heyman makes Adam Pearce, because Adam Pearce comes out like saying, I'm done with this nonsense. And Paul Heyman makes Adam Pearce put Bronson Reed in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, which will be next week, which will also have Jey Uso in it and Dragon Lee. That might be the worst Elimination Chamber qualifying match ever. You got mid, midder, and super mid. I'll let you figure out which one's which. But the Vision interrupt the Usos, and then LA Knight comes out. LA Knight is done with the Vision. He's telling them that he's been put through enough, and then Logan Paul's like, oh, like, the car that Bronson Reed put you through, and then LA Knight makes fun of him, telling him that he's got broccoli hair. But LA Knight's like, I see the three of you, because Austin Theory's in the ring with the Bronson Reed and Logan Paul and Paul Heyman. He goes, then I see the Usos. We don't have the greatest history, but the Usos and me taking on the Vision in a six-man tag right now. And Adam Pearce liked it. He made it official. So the first match of the night was a six-man tag match with the Vision, LA Knight, the Usos versus the Vision. The Vision end up picking victory, of course, by distractions and cheating shenanigans. But LA Knight put, I believe, Bronson Reed through the barricade, and Jey Uso looked mid as hell in the match like usual. But the Vision pick up the victory, and Logan Paul goes to celebrate this match. At the announce table, he grabs Michael Cole's headset. He starts celebrating how they're the best and everything. And then, bam, Logan Paul gets stomped, his head stomped right through the announce table by the Masked Man. The Masked Man strikes again. He takes off before Austin Theory and Bronson Reed could stop him. But Logan Paul got taken out by the Masked Man. Last week, it was Austin Theory. The Royal Rumble, it was Braun Breaker. Now Logan Paul. I'm assuming Bronson Reed might get screwed in the Elimination Chamber match because the Masked Man. But God, please do not let Jey Uso win that Elimination Chamber match. We do not want to see Jey Uso in the Elimination Chamber, because I feel like if they have Jey Uso in the Elimination Chamber, we're going to see him run it back in the Elimination Chamber, and nobody wants to see him run back his music and entrance in the Elimination Chamber match. But who is this Masked Man? I'm assuming it's Seth Rollins, but who knows? It could be anybody at this point. He's just taking out the Division one by one. But overall, the six-man tag match was okay. I'm hoping LA Knight gets a good opponent at WrestleMania, but he is in the Elimination Chamber match, so maybe he wins the Elimination Chamber match. Speaking of Elimination Chamber matches, we had the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match with Asuka, Bayley, and Natty, no longer Natalya. This match was alright. Honestly, I did not expect Asuka to win, but they're like pushing Asuka as this like badass thing with Kairi Sane. Really hasn't been much though. Bayley almost had the match won, but Asuka picks up the victory backstage. She was talking shit to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, talking about how Asuka's going to become the women's champion, and nobody's ready for Asuka in the Elimination Chamber. Is not ready for Asuka. So Asuka picks up the victory and moves on to join everybody else that's in the women's Elimination Chamber match, which I've completely forgot about. All I remember is Rhea Ripley's in it, and that's why she was talking shit to Rhea Ripley backstage. Then Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio had a sit-down face-to-face with Michael Cole and Stephanie Vaquer. And Dominic Mysterio was there to like translate for Liv Morgan, because Stephanie Vaquer was talking in Spanish. And she was talking so much shit and everything about Liv Morgan. She made Liv Morgan cry. Liv Morgan was in tears by the end of this, crying. I'm assuming Liv Morgan's going to pick Stephanie Vaquer now for the Women's World Championship because she's the Royal Rumble winner. Liv Morgan was crying. End of this, Dominic walked her off backstage in the hangout for the Judgment Day. She was still moping, so Dominic told Liv Morgan to go home, have Recover, just take care of her, because Liv Morgan is, I don't know what Stephanie Vaquer said, but man, she made her cry and tore her to shreds. Which, with this, makes me think she absolutely is going to pick Stephanie Vaquer, and she's going to face her at WrestleMania for the Women's World title. Then on to the Men's World title, the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk comes out and talks about how he's done with the upper people, saying how he's putting his WrestleMania match in jeopardy against Roman Reigns because he is taking on Finn Balor, Elimination Chamber. He goes, every sports team, even when they qualify for playoff matches, they still the playoffs, they still have to do normal games and stuff. He's like, I'm a fighting champion. I'm always going to defend my title. And facing Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber is necessary because he deserves to get these fists. He was like, he earned his match back in Ireland, but this time he's earned it because he earns the ass beating that's coming for him. And then Finn Balor comes out with his original music. Once again, let's go. We have not seen him come out with music since his match in Ireland against CM Punk. And he's keeping the Balor Club, like original music. He had the Balor Club shirt. And then he brought out Dominic and JD McDonough. JD McDonough is back. He was injured for a while, so JD McDonough is back. All three of them go to the ring. And Punk gets ready to fight, and CM Punk, then Finn Balor's like, why are you worried? He goes, we're not going to hurt you. And Finn Balor gets in the ring with his two guys next to him. And he goes, the real best in the world was me. Finn Balor saying he's the best in the world because he said he went to Japan and dominated. He went to Mexico and beat the best luchadors. And then on his first match of Monday Night Raw, he defeated Roman Reigns. He goes, at Elimination Chamber, I'm going to beat you, CM Punk. And he goes, and then at WrestleMania, it's going to be the true best in the world facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. He's going to make the WrestleMania main event better because he's going to be the one facing Roman Reigns as the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. And CM Punk's like, well, he goes, why do you have your two guys out here? He goes, I get it. You're going to try to jump me. He's like, I'll give you your opportunity right now. He turns his back to him. He goes, you go ahead. Take your best shot. And Finn Balor holds back JD McDonough and Dirty Dom. And CM Punk walks out. And looks like there's tension now between the Judgment Day with Finn Balor and JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. Then backstage, JD McDonough tells Finn Balor, he goes, all I'm trying to do is help you win the world title. And Finn Balor goes, if you really want to help me, stay away from me. Don't help me. I want to face CM Punk one-on-one by myself. And JD McDonough was pissed, and he stormed out. And Dominic's like, I still have a match tonight. And Finn Balor just walks out too, so Dirty Dom was on his own. Then Penta went one-on-one with El Grande Americano to become whoever wins this match faces Dominic for the Intercontinental title. They become the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. El Grande Americano hit a headbutt on Penta, but it was not with the metal plate. Then he reached for the metal plate from one of his goons. And when he went to go grab it, his goon got his guy. I always forget their names. They have the weirdest names, but it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. One of them got dragged under the ring, and then appeared outside of the ring was the original El Grande Americano, and he takes out all of El Grande Americano's guys. And while El Grande Americano is distracted, Penta hits a springboard Canadian shirt off the middle rope onto El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano. It freaking messed me all up right there. And Penta picks up the victory. So he is now the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship against Dominic Mysterio. I'm not sure when that match will be. But then the original El Grande Americano gets in the ring, celebrates Penta, and Penta leaves. And then the original El Grande Americano beats the holy hell out of the new El Grande Americano. I have a feeling this is going to set up a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania 42, which, I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's a long-term storytelling, and it's kind of working out. But overall, I think it's El Grande Americano. I still find like it's a goofy character. Especially with the fact that everybody knows who they are. Like, especially Chad Gable, the original El Grande Americano, is so obvious. And the new one's pretty obvious as Ludwig Kaiser. But I guess you kind of could say it's anybody because it looks like a general like person. But Chad Gable's so obvious. Then AJ Lee came out, and AJ Lee talked about how last week she came to Monday Night Raw to be a supporter for Maxine Dupree, and then she walked out as the number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental title. And she thanks Becky Lynch because she's talking about Becky Lynch. She thanks her that if it wasn't for Becky Lynch, she might have never came back to WWE, never came back to wrestling. And she's like, I really want to face all these other women like Bayley, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, all these different women. But she's like, I'm still stuck with Becky Lynch. But then she's like, if I beat Becky Lynch at Elimination Chamber and I walk out in our Intercontinental Champion, you better know I'll be walking into WrestleMania as the Women's Intercontinental Champion, ready to defend that title. Then Becky Lynch comes out, and Becky Lynch cuts her typical normal promo about how she's the best and everything. It's not just her saying it or the fans saying it. It's Sports Illustrated saying it's so boring. And AJ Lee pretty much tells her, well, she's like, if you're so good, blah, blah, blah. Last week you took me out, throwing me into the turnbuckle. She's like, clearly you like your cheap shots. I'll give you one right now. She's like, she puts her hands behind her back. She goes, go ahead, take your first shot. Becky Lynch denies it, does not take the first shot, and walks out. I will say, wasn't this awful similar to what her husband, CM Punk, did? Oh, I'll take your best shot. I'll turn around and turn my back. Or AJ Lee, let me put my hands behind my back. How about you hit me? I feel like these two are just copy and paste. Husband and wife, copy and paste, same thing, whatever. I'm really not super excited for this match at Elimination Chamber because Becky Lynch, in my opinion, is so boring. She's the same thing every week. And AJ Lee, I've never understood the hype for AJ Lee, but at least it's different. So maybe it'll be a decent match in the Elimination Chamber. I'm assuming AJ Lee wins this match in Chicago for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then it was main event time. It was Jevon Evans, Dominic Mysterio, and Gunther in the main event for the Men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And Gunther, as expected, dominated most of this match, putting everybody in chokeholds, but they were able to escape. Dominic Mysterio using the hammer for the bell, trying to cheat in this match, going for the 619 and Gunther, but Gunther reverses it. Jevon Evans gets in the ring, and he ends up throwing Gunther out of the ring and hitting the cutter on Dominic Mysterio and picking up the victory. But the reason why Gunther was mainly taken out, Jevon throws him out of the ring, and Dragon Lee jumps over the barricade with the ring bell and hits Gunther in the head. So Gunther is like unconscious. He just got taken out by the ring bell by Dragon Lee. And Jevon Evans takes the chance to take out Dominic. He hits that giant OG cutter. 1, 2, 3. Jevon Evans is now the youngest man to ever be in the Elimination Chamber match. He is also the first member to join the Elimination Chamber that is younger than the actual Elimination Chamber event and match, which is truly crazy to think about that stat there. But I was not expecting this. I thought either Gunther, this is a free win for Gunther, or Dirty Dom was going to steal the win. I was not expecting Jevon to win this at all. This is absolutely crazy. So we got LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Jevon Evans. I'm totally cool with Jevon Evans. Up-and-coming star. Totally has some crazy athletic ability. He's definitely going to do some crazy cutter off like the pod or something in the Elimination Chamber match. I feel like it's going to be absolutely awesome. So I think this was the right choice. Honestly, having Jevon win this match, go with like something people not expecting. Dirty Dom doesn't need it. He's already the Intercontinental Champion. And Gunther, honestly, I don't want to see Gunther in a world title match at Mania. He just doesn't need it. So I feel like Jevon was the right choice. Now next week, please don't let Jey Uso win the freaking Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I'll take Big Bronson Reed, or I'll take Dragon Lee. I know Dragon Lee's not winning that match, but give me Big Bronson Reed. But the last thing that I almost forgot about was Adam Pearce was delivered a package in the middle of the show, and it was this giant tan, tall, like brownish box, and it's like don't open until February 28, 2026, which or was it 27th, 28th, whatever the day WrestleMania, the 27th. I take that back. The 28th. I was right the first time. February 28th, 2026, which is the date of Elimination Chamber. So he cannot open it until Elimination Chamber. Quite interesting. What do you think the mystery box is? I don't know. Who knows? It's like it's tall as a person, so maybe it's, I don't know what this is gonna be. But the mystery box kind of reminds me of Vince McMahon booking. But I'm very interested. I'm very interested in the mystery box. So overall, Monday Night Raw was decent. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. I'd say it's a good, above average Monday Night Raw. Kept me entertained for most of the show. So there you go. This is JW Live. Make sure to like and follow, like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Also go check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase JW Live. I highly appreciate that. Also go check out my TikTok, which is lowercase JW Live lowercase JW lowercase live. So I highly appreciate that. If you checked out my Instagram and TikTok, thank you very much. This is JW Live. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe because we post every single day on this YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.